Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Russ back again with some more Madden 19 Ultimate Team. This is episode number 88. In the previous episode, we did end up winning a game that was very odd at the end, man. The guy had some very questionable decision making or play calling, I guess you could say. And we ended up getting the win. So we're back in house rules again. And this is actually the 5-yard first down, but only 2 downs to get a first down. So once you run one play, boom, you're in 4th down. I actually really like this event, and also it is only 10 wins, or you have to get 10 collective wins instead of 6 wins in a row, which is a lot easier, man. But that also forces a lot more rage quits. A lot of people just quit prematurely if they feel like they're going to lose the game early. Why waste your time? So go ahead and just quit. So this was definitely interesting. I mean, it was a lot different, and also, the first time we're doing the 10-win format instead of the 6 wins, which is just heaven. As Odell Beckham Jr. just shits on the defense, man. 1st and 5, we go probably like 40 yards downfield. We hit the ag catch, expecting it to be, you know, probably like a contested catch, but instead the guy goes for the pick, and we just get separation immediately, cut it to the left, and Odell Beckham Jr.'s speed is way too much for his defense as we end up going up 7-0 early in this game. We got a little bit of friendly fire going on, though. This guy's got Giants jerseys on. He's getting owned by Odell Beckham Jr., so right now he's on offense. I'm not sure who he has at quarterback. Can't really see. I think that's... I can't tell, man, but he ends up finding Ricky Williams for a decent bit right there. Oh, Marcus Mariota. Honestly, not many people use Mariota. Even with his combine card, not many people use him. I thought he sucked, so maybe he sucks for other people too. I don't know. 2nd and inches. Obviously, 2nd down is 4th down in this event, man. So this guy ends up running, and that could have been bad. You know, if I ended up committing right there, I was about to blitz, but instead, the last second, I thought maybe he was going to go to play action. He ends up running it for a 1st down and getting about 4. 1st and 5. Again, this guy just keeps reeling off 1st downs. He's looking over the middle. I'm right there, and then he chucks up a horrible pass, cannot speak, and it ends up getting batted away, making it 2nd and 5. But he does find Ricky Williams on the drag. I don't know why I'm leaving that open. I guess I'm assuming that Richard Sherman's going to play that, but he's playing like really far to the outside. I probably need to shade inside, so that was my bad, I guess. But 2nd and 5, once again, we need to get this stop because I need to stop this motherfucker. He keeps getting 1st downs, and he gets another one inside the 10-yard line to I'm assuming that's George Kittle. Ends up getting inside the 5 or just to the 5. 1st and goal rolling out. Once again, he gets hit and does get sacked for a loss of about 3. Nigel Bradham comes in and gets that one as he rolls out to the right, or looking to roll out to the right. So he kind of just pitter-patters out to the right and then does throw it completely out of bounds. Now, that was way too far to the right. So ultimately, we do finally get our stop, even though it did take a while to get it. But the guy forego the field goal, and obviously, you know, I guess just kind of took pinning us back inside the 10. And 2nd and 5, I get greedy. I don't know why, but I decided to go ahead and run the ball, or pass the ball, and then run with Russell Wilson. I was kind of looking to run with Russell, but just going for it was a little bit questionable. I don't know why I did it. Probably should have punted, but you know what? It is what it is. And then we end up finding Calvin Johnson on the playmaker over the middle of the field. And that was wide open, man. He brought his user all the way to the left side, and Calvin was just free. 1st and 5, we're looking downfield, again going to Calvin Johnson, and he makes that catch to the 20-yard line, man. That Calvin Johnson is so sure-handed. It's 1st and 5, rolling out to the right with Russell, looking for anybody, something, and we go to the end zone, and that was questionable. Wow, I don't know why I did that. I tried to go to Calvin Johnson, trusted him a little bit too much, but in field goal range, we do go ahead and take our field goal to put us up 2 scores in the 2nd quarter. Ultimately, I'm just trying to force rage quits. I mean, I've made that pretty much clear in all the other house rules videos that I've made, or that, you know, I've put together. I've said I really just try to get people to rage quit. I'll taunt. I'll do whatever I can to try to get these people to quit. So, you know, taking the field goal right there puts us up by 2 scores, just makes it further and further for this dude to come back. And right now, I think if we get 1 stop, that's pretty much it. We should get the rage quit and try to, you know, build on these wins. So right now, that's what we're trying to do. Marcus Mariota almost getting sacked in the pocket. 2nd and 5, he does end up finding Ricky Williams, and he cuts up the field and ends up getting way more than the 1st down, probably like 30 yards right there. Really good play by this dude. It's the same play he's ran all game. I finally do end up manning somebody up, but they still cannot keep up with Ricky Williams. I don't know what overall this guy's Ricky was, but I end up covering it myself, forcing him to 2nd and 11 after the sack, and he does go ahead and take his 3 this time. So I guess he just wanted to stay in the game. You know, once we made it 2 scores, he wanted to get that field goal, you know, at least to stay in the game, like I said, and sure enough, he does, man. So right now, we're trying to just make this lead as big as we can. Again, trying to force rage quits. I was trying to get my 10 wins like that, like real fucking quick, man. I can't fucking snap. I never have. Can you guys snap? I think everybody can snap but me. I've never fucking been able to do it. That's sad. You can make fun of me for it, but it's kind of funny. Anyway, 1st and 5, Russell Wilson looking in the pocket, and we are chucking it way downfield as Odell Beckham Jr. friendly fire once again skips into the end zone, and just like that, we are up 17-3. Or do we even get the chance to fucking kick the PAT? Surprisingly, we do. Honestly, I thought that the dude was going to quit after that. But in minute 52, in the first half. I guess he still wants to have a chance to do a little something something or something something as Robbie Anderson does end up taking it out, cutting it back to the right. Actually gave him a decent amount of room right there, cuts it back in and gets it to the 34-yard line. So a decent return from Robbie Anderson right there. Is 1st and 5. He's looking down the field. I'm assuming towards the sideline because, you know, 4 verts. I mean, that's all he was running really. So he was looking downfield every single play. He wasn't really looking at the sticks much of the time. 2nd and 6. There's just nothing open. We have everything manned up, and he goes to his tight end over the middle, and it is broken up immediately, man. Actually, that wasn't his tight end. That was Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson's a big dude, man. I'm not sure how tall he is, like 6'4" or something like that. But ultimately, that does end up forcing the rage quit. The guy says, after that, I've had enough. You know, we turned the ball over, down 2 scores. It's going to be really hard for him to come back. So we do end up forcing the rage quit, and now we jump into game number 2. So we do end up succeeding in our goal to get a rage quit. I don't know why I went in depth on rage quits a minute ago, because obviously we're all trying to force rage quits every game. I don't know. I'm retarded, man. But we do force one, and now we're trying to get another because, again, you know, this house rules event, I'm trying to get these wins quickly. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. You know, house rules, you want to get the wins as quickly as possible. So I'm doing whatever I can to piss people off and just get the win. Is right here. We end up burning his press right away. Shout out to my boy German Seahawk for that play, or for recommending that play. Would not be running that unless he told me about it. I just never noticed how OP that fucking route was. I mean, I've used it in the past, but I don't know. I've been using it more and more. You guys have seen just a lot of those plays on the right side where Calvin or Odell Beckham just burn somebody like that. Most likely it's that play right there. Just that angle streak just kills people, man. But 1st and 5, we do end up breaking that pass up. Obviously he's on offense now. And 2nd and 5, still weird that 2nd down is 4th down, man. I mean, you guys will see soon. I end up having like a punting battle for the ages in one of these games. It's incredible. But right now he does end up getting the 1st down, and on 1st down again, he ends up getting another 1st down. I'm saying 1st down a shit ton, but it only takes 5 yards to get him, and then immediately, if you don't get it, you're at risk of turning the ball over on downs anyway. So shit, it's just, this fucking house rules event was very interesting, man. I gotta say, I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. I know, Madden being fun, like, what? But, I mean, it was just the fact that I was able to sit back and enjoy these games because I didn't have to get 6 wins in a fucking row. I knew I could get 10 collective games if I just put the time in. As we end up getting a user pick, just throw right at me, man, why the fuck not, with Bobby Wagner, and then I end up throwing right at him, but he doesn't get the pick. I don't know if he just wasn't pressing the button, but I've had that happen to me. He probably should have got the pick. I don't know why I threw that, but you know what? We get away with one, and then we playmaker Eric Ebron, and we just, wow, okay. We just cut in, cut out, guy misses, and we're in the end zone. Eric Ebron, man, that card is so goddamn fun. I love that card. 97 overall, Eric Ebron. Badass. If you guys have a chance to pull that card, or you do pull him, I highly recommend you at least try him out, because he catches pretty much everything. There's only been like 1 pass I remember him dropping, and it was just kind of a random drop, and he does have the trait drops open passes, yes, so that's a little bit frustrating, but it doesn't seem to come into play. I'm not sure how big a deal traits make anyways. Right here, he tries to go way downfield, and that was very questionable. Stephon Gilmore comes up with a pick, and we're right back on offense, and I saw somebody wide open right away, and I make the read way too late. That was my fault. If I would have just gunned it to Odell right away, I would have had it, but I rolled out way too prematurely, and then when I lobbed it up, it was right as he cut, and it was just perfectly right to his user. The guy, you know, he got back pretty damn good. You know, it was definitely a good play by him to get back there after getting burnt right away, because he was nowhere near him immediately, but, you know, he fixed himself, got in position, got the pick. So good play by him, but right now up 14-0. I'm not too worried. As 2nd and inches, he ends up running outside, and maybe I should be worried as he ends up getting a pretty decent run with Saquon Barkley. Runs into his blocker there. I'm assuming he just couldn't figure out which way to go, left or right, which I do that pretty occasionally, man. Is right there. Just throw it at me, man. Why the fuck not? 2-time Jamal Adams ends up coming up with that pick, and with his speed, you already know he is what? That's some bullshit, man. Fucking Steve Young ends up catching him. I was tapping that button too, trying to get the speed burst. Unfortunately, we cannot take it to the house and make it 20-0 before this guy quits. But ultimately, we do force the 2nd rage quit of the episode, and that does go ahead and put us at 2-0 on this house rules event. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to look out for the next episode, and as always, I'm out. Peace.